Hi everybody, this is Otis Bradley from 50green.com TV. And this is number 39 in a series of 50 green things you can do to your home now. We're talking about air leaks today. Sounds simple, right? Air leaks. A few fun facts before we start. The average American home has approximately 2 miles of cracks in it. And surprisingly, even brand new homes can be very leaky. The USA national average home has approximately 1 to 2 air changes per hour. That means your whole house, the air that's being exchanged in your house, the whole volume inside here, 1 or 2 times every hour. Today's homes are getting better. We're talking about almost half of that. 0.5 would equal 1 change every 2 hours, or 1 would equal 1 change every hour. And a tight home today, the green homes that we're talking about building, are going to have less than 0.35 air changes per hour. That means it'll take 3 hours for all that air in the house to change. So as you can see, there's a huge difference between the average home and today's tight home. And this is easy money. Dollar for dollar, this is the best way you can spend your money, is by tightening up the envelope of your home. Air exchange rates, ACH, that we just talked about, that's determined at ASHRAE, which stands for American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, and Exhaust Air. They basically make the codes or supply the information that goes to the codes in this country, and they provide that 1 cubic foot per 100 square feet of house, plus 7.5 cubic feet per minute for each individual in the house. So if you have 4 individuals, you're talking about another 30 cubic feet per minute. So obviously we don't want to live in a plastic bag. We need air inside the house, right? But you don't want to rely on a leaky house. Here's 4 strategies. Well, this one we kind of cross out, leaky, because most homes are hugely inefficient and way too leaky. But strategy number 1 is to have exhaust air being pushed out by low volume fans. These can be bath fans. Or strategy number 2 is a supply only. That means air coming in with mechanical fans. Or the best situation is what they call a balanced airflow, and that means air going in and out. And the way that is done today is with what's called a HRV or an ERV. That's a heat recovery ventilator or an energy recovery ventilator. Pretty much the same kind of thing. But this is a cutaway example from a builder show of a Panasonic ERV, and what it shows you here is here's the duct where the air is coming in from the outside. So in this example, it's 32 degrees outside and it's 72 degrees inside. Air being sucked in is going to come in here, and it's going to be tempered by the air that's going back out. So the air coming in will then warm up till it reaches 58 degrees, and the air going out will cool down until it reaches 46 degrees. So basically you're using the energy from the stale indoor air to warm up the fresh air. Okay, a few notorious spots where you need to look for leaks, and you can do a lot of this yourself. Behind knee walls, attic hatches, wiring holes, plumbing vents, open soffits, recessed lights, can lights in the ceiling, furnace flue, duct chaseways, basement rim joists, anywhere that floors connect, and obviously windows and doors. If you take a look at this drawing here, a couple things are going on. One, you have what's called the stack effect. And that means as air inside the house heats up and rises, if you have a leaky house, it's going to go out and it's going to cause more air to come in. In this house here, which has a basement, you can see it's coming in through these leaky windows down here. Easy fix is putting plastic or plexiglass on those to create a storm window or a storm window. You can see this chimney chase for the forced air heat that they have in this house is leaking. You need special consideration how you seal areas around things like forced air flue vents or fireplaces. You need fireproof caulk or fireproof type sealants. But you can see here's the attic hatch right here. There's no insulation on that thing. These are what are called knee walls, the little walls like you might have in an attic room. Oftentimes there is no insulation in this area. As we said, windows and doors. Your big areas are going to be in your cellars and attics. So here's a couple of strategies. First, you want to seal off the big leaks. If your boat is going down, plug those big leaks first. And you're going to find those big leaks in the basement and the attic. Obviously the most obvious place. You don't even need any type of sophisticated equipment to do that. Using spray foams and caulks, you can seal up a ton of stuff. Plastic on the windows, plexiglass on the windows if you don't have storm windows, or even if you do, if you have older windows. This will make a huge difference. You want to pay attention to fireplaces. If you have a fireplace, a masonry fireplace in your house without a door on it, you might consider putting a glass door, or maybe even something that you can attach and remove when you want to have a fireplace, because all this does is suck air out of your house and up the chimney. That's money out the chimney. The Energy Star website has a ton of good information, a lot of strategies, a lot of ways that you can do this yourself, or you can hire. There are lots of energy efficiency experts. These cameras, these infrared cameras, I think this is a couple $1,000 camera. They used to be $10,000, $20,000, but it's amazing what you can do. Basically, the infrared takes pictures of things and can tell you the different temperatures. The yellow is hot and the blue is cold. This guy here, he's taking a infrared picture of this floor, and this floor has radiant heat in it. So what it looks like is this. Right here, this spot, it's telling you that the temperature in this spot, and you can set these obviously to Fahrenheit or Celsius, but it's telling you the temperature of that spot in the picture is 25 degrees Celsius. And it has a color scale right here down on the bottom that goes from 27 degrees Celsius to 18. So 18 is the darker purple, and 27 is the whitish yellow. So obviously in this area here we have the cold spots, and you can actually see the tubes running through this floor. So if you had a problem, say you had a leak here or something like that, it would show up with one of these cameras. It's amazing what you can find with these cameras. If you couple that with a blower door test, which is what most of these energy efficiency guys are doing and what's required for new home building proof, what they're going to do is if this is your front door right here, you can see the frame. This red part is plastic sheeting, and then there's a giant fan down here. What they're going to do is they're going to pressurize your house, and then they can stand outside with one of these cameras, and it's going to exaggerate where there are problems. So again, you can see in this infrared picture the blue posts of the porch here. Those are the outdoor temperature. They're pretty much the same temperature as the outdoors. And wherever it is blue, that means that it's cold, and wherever it is red means it's hot. So you can actually even see the framing coming through here, and you can see areas where heat is escaping. So this entire roof area doesn't look like there's very good insulation up in there. You can also see underneath these windows, or maybe some knee wall or something that wasn't insulated very well in those areas too. For some reason these windows are very blue, so they must be super insulated windows. But this is a fantastic way to really fine-tune your house. And you can get money back. You can get 30% up to $1,500, which would be $500 on $1,500 for weatherization and insulation projects. So if you hired a guy to fix up your leaks, chances are you could make that up in heating costs in 1 year. You also should look locally, and you want to check your own state incentives. Sometimes you may also have community incentives, so take a look at that. Okay, so why fix leaks? First of all, you're going to save money. That's always good, right? You're going to be more comfortable. You're going to be more healthy. You're going to be safer. You're not going to be drawing unwanted gases like radon or CO2 from combustion devices like heaters and so forth. If you have a house that's not leaky, it'll make things safer. You're also going to decrease our dependence on foreign oil by making your house more efficient, which of course will help save the earth, the oceans, as well as yourself. So that's number 39. It's an easy one. Puts money in the bank. Let's do it now. This is Otis Bradley signing off. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.